Hello, friends and foes alike. Welcome back to League on Lock. Eric and Mark joining you guys. And with all the offseason news and wildness that's gone on, you kind of forgot that there's an All-Star event in 2018. And it's less than a week away, Mark. And it's going to be a very interesting one. It's in Las Vegas. And obviously, every year, the community comes out in uproar saying this All-Star event sucks. Except for, 2014 was the one people liked, I think?
I think 2014,
in Paris.
Must have been the only good year of an All-Star event here for League of Legends.
2013 was fun as well because it was basically just NA versus EU and China versus Korea.
Yeah, I mean, that's not too bad.
It was just one tournament. There was no fancy, crazy modes. Now, this year is just absolute madness and chaos. They're trying everything. The schedule is complicated, convoluted, and confusing. But day one, I mean, they have so much stuff going on here. They have the main difference, you don't have the typical tournament bracket group stage with all the major regions going against each other. It's just a lot of for fun matchups across all 3 days.
Yeah. Wow, I mean, they held this event in the for fun region last year, and I'll tell you what, the schedule last year was not very much for fun. It was very serious. Looking at this one, this is all fun. You're right. This is as fun as it gets here right now. Nothing serious. And again, kind of, I don't know, maybe we'll talk about it a bit later, maybe to the detriment of the event, adding in some of these streamer type of events here and things like that. Yeah, I guess it can be kind of fun. But this is an All-Stars event, right? Isn't this supposed to celebrate the players that are the best here that we have and to show them off at such a fun event?
Yeah, to me, I get what they're trying to do by bringing in all these streamers. Obviously, it's going to be super fun. You've seen all these Tyler 1, I'm a Cutie Pie matchups, streamer showcase matches that they've done after LCS games. You had the whole WWE event, again, T1 versus I'm a Cutie Pie.
But a WWE event, that's not All-Stars. That's a separate thing.
That's right. This All-Star events are for the players. It's about competitive League of Legends, not the top, most famous, popular streamers that are streaming the game. It's supposed to be a reward, right? It's supposed to be an honor to either be voted in by the fans or voted in by Riot for performing fantastic throughout the entire year and showcasing that you are one of the best, if not the best, from your region. So the fact that the players are going, but then streamers just get a free invite as well, I don't like that.
Yeah, and some of the pairings, yes, some of the pairings for these guys.
There's hilarious matchups.
Yeah, there absolutely are. I mean, getting the likes of MLXG paired up with someone like Diamond Proc, so you get MLXD there for
Genius.
Sure is perfect. But I mean, again, I still think that this event, this type of thing, and I understand what Riot's doing, and this does seem to be the response to the community going, whoa, 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 last year was way too serious for something like this All-Stars event where, yes, we do want to see the players that we're voting in and the players that are the best at their positions for the year to play and try to do well for their region, but at the exact same time, you gotta find ways to spice it up, make it a more unique event, and I think that, yes, there are fun events here and some things that change it up and make it a unique event, but at the same time, I think you're losing maybe some of the competitive integrity that you would like to see with something like an All-Stars event.
I mean, I know that, yeah, you like the goofy events and you should still have them at All-Stars, but one of the other fun parts was still seeing, it was kind of an international competition, right? Seeing some of the best players from each region matching up against each other because they so rarely play. Nowadays, the schedule, it's strictly MSI and Worlds, so only twice in 12 months you see these inter-region rivalries, other than Rift Rivals. But, beyond that, bringing in Korea and kind of the East versus the West kind of matchups, you rarely get that. And now you're kind of tampering with that by bringing in not professional players going up against each other. And that being said, there are still some hilarious matchups. And they still have NA versus EU, but it's not kind of a best of. It's really just going to be one match. And the matchup there to watch, Broxa, the best performing jungler at Worlds, best jungler in the West, is going against opposite Night Blue 3. What?
You know what?
The best jungler in the West is going against Night Blue.
And you know what? Nothing against Night Blue, but I'm gonna love to watch him get absolutely blown up by Broxa. But it's just like, come on, like this is not even, it's not even funny really, the type of comparison that you're gonna be making here as far as these players. It's just a totally unacceptable level here to put someone like Night Blue. And again, Night Blue is a pretty darn good League of Legends player. He's not a professional.
No.
That's not how this should be working at an All-Star event.
Yeah, like you want to see Broxa go against some of the best. And again, no offense, Night Blue, you're not a pro player. Also, you got the bottom lane of Doublelift and I'm a Cutie Pie going up against Caps as AD carry. Maybe he's filling in for Perks if he gets suspended. That's the long con.
Exactly.
And Hjarnan just goes mid. It's Heimerdinger.
Heimerdinger, that's all you got to do. It's the long con, get that mage working from the bot lane all the way up to the mid lane, no problem.
But there are so many crazy events. You've got the tandem mode where you're going to have Broxa and Gripex playing. You know they're going to play Lee Sin. That's the one where someone's the keyboard, someone's the mouse. There's had some hilarious events that we've seen throughout it. They're playing Nexus Blitz. They got Earth. They're busting out all the game modes. You just need an all-star event to actually be able to play Earth.
Yeah, actually, with the first day that Nexus Blitz was out, hated it. I thought it was the dumbest thing ever in League of Legends. And to be honest now, I actually have a ton of fun playing it. I think it's a really cool little event here. And again, this is what we talk about. You want to have a little bit of the seriousness sometimes with an all-star event to bring that level of prestige to actually being an all-star. And then at the same time, you do want to have these events like a Nexus Blitz, something that is just inherently fun and different and low stress.
And there's a lot of those events, and there's pretty much the majority of these are going to be low-stress events. And I totally understand that, these guys don't want to actually have to train or practice really because it is basically the off-season for them, especially these teams that made deep runs at Worlds and have been playing for like 7 months non-stop, 12-plus hours every single day. You don't want to have to be scrimming and preparing for any of this. So that won't be the case at all. Luckily, 1v1s are coming back. Uzi can go for 3 in a row.
Yeah, and hey, even aside from the 1v1, you talk about these long breaks a lot of these teams have had, and I guess one of the benefits of SKT not going to Worlds is Faker is rested and ready. He's in Las Vegas already. Uzi, MLXG had to stop at the KFC in the Chinese airport, and then they got on the flight over here. Boys, you could have waited.
What you need.
Could have waited for the KFC here in North America. The 4 Fun regions got all the KFC you need.
Yeah, they got a lot of KFC. They got a lot of In-N-Out. They got whatever greasy food that you want. We got it right here. Also excited for Bang and Sneaky to match up. Obviously the cosplay, but they're also going up against each other in some matchups. So the question is 2018 going to be better than 2017 All-Star? Obviously, it depends entirely on what you're interested in. If you want more fun and less seriousness, then you're going to love 2018 a whole lot more than 2017. I still think Riot should be able to find a mix between the two because 2017 still had the actual tournament where you had the All-Stars from China, Brazil, NA, EU, and Korea going up against each other. Not having that here in 2018. There's somewhere in between that I think Riot can find.
Yeah, as much as we've kind of poo-pooed on the idea here of this kind of more for fun, a little bit more streaming-friendly type of all-star event here, I think that this will be more fun than it was last year where it was all seriousness and everything like that, and it didn't quite play out the way
They had the 1v1 still.
Yeah, the 1v1 was still pretty great, but I think that this will be a better year overall for the All-Star event. But yes, there has to still be some improvements made to this format because I can tell you what, even looking at the two opposite sides here of what we had last year and then the fun of this year, I know that there's a way that Riot can balance the two of them here better than the way that they balance their own game.
Yeah, preseason's still figuring things out. I can't wait to see Dark Harvest dominate Nexus Blitz.
Yikes.
But
a Moo brand.
I still think there's just not enough time, really, if you wanted to have an entire tournament bracket and all these fun modes when you're just playing over a weekend. There's simply not enough time. And again, you don't want to grind these players out playing too many of these stressful matchups. So there is somewhere in between to find, maybe in 2019. Clearly, 2017 all serious, 2018 is all fun, and they'll find something in between maybe.
Yeah, maybe something in between, but I gotta say, I do want to give them the thumbs up for where the venue is going to be this year. I think getting the esports arena here in Las Vegas is going to be a great thing for League of Legends, and I think it's a nice step up, a nice little move out of Riot's own basement of the NALCS studios.
Yeah, I would have been very disappointed if it was just at the studios yet again, because that was extremely underwhelming. But the All-Star festivities get going on Friday, December 6th, and go through to Sunday. And if you're looking for a fun stream where you can meme pretty hard in the chat, it's going to be the 2018 All-Star event.